Hi, good morning. I'm going to talk to you today about The Thousandth Floor by Catherine McGee. I've been reading this to my students in class and they seem to like it. Yes? So the story is set in New York in the future, and there's a building called the Tower, and it has 1,000 floors to it, and the higher you get, the wealthier you are, the more prestigious you are. And then, of course, the lower you get, the poorer you are. And it's really a good look at like the different class distinctions among teenagers in this case. So we have several different characters, and the main characters are Avery. And so Avery lives on the 1,000th floor, and she is the wealthiest girl in the world, I guess. And she is actually secretly in love with her adopted brother. So that's really the main part of the story, but the story that I really liked was her friend Eris. And Eris finds out, Eris is also another wealthy kid, and she finds out that her dad is not her real dad after a blood test. So I was going to read you the part where Eris finds out who her real dad is. So here we go. Eris said nothing as they stepped inside the cool, hushed lobby of the Landmark, where a white-gloved concierge was speaking with an overweight lady in golf clothes. A little out of the way at 17th and Riverside, the Landmark was a favorite spot for business people holding secret meetings, and, Eris had heard, couples having affairs. Supposedly, the president himself used to sneak away to meet his current wife here, before he divorced the former first lady. Eris wondered what it meant that her birth father had suggested this place. For some reason, it made her feel uncomfortable, as if she and her mom were a sordid little secret. It's fine, she told herself. He probably just wants privacy. They walked into the dining room filled with dark leather banquettes that were so widely separated it was impossible for someone at one table to see the guests at any other. Eris realized she couldn't hear a single shred of conversation, only the music pumping in over the speakers. Maybe all the tables were equipped with silencers. The hostess, a dark-eyed brunette in a tight uniform skirt, looked them over. "We're the Dodd Radsons," Caroline said, stubbornly using their old name. Or maybe she had just forgotten the same way Eris kept doing. But the hostess seemed to already know who they were. "This way," she said, weaving through the secluded tables to the back corner. "He's been waiting for you." Eris felt a shudder of apprehension and reached instinctively for her mom's hand. They arrived at the table just as a gentleman stood up from the shadows, and Eris gave a sharp, helpless laugh. She turned to the hostess. We're at the wrong table. I'm meeting someone else," she said, marveling at the coincidence, because she actually knew this person. It was Matt Cole, Lita's dad. But the hostess had turned away, and Mr. Cole was clearing his throat. "Caroline," he said, his voice low and hoarse, "it's good to see you, as always." He held out his hand awkwardly. "Eris, thank you for coming." And she realized, stunned, that there hadn't been a mistake at all. Lita's dad was her dad, too. And I'll stop there.